Something very interesting, it's actually going to happen to you on the 14th, 15th and the 16th of April 2023, my gorgeous Erinis. Indeed, something very interesting, it's actually going to happen to you, and you are going to be in a, you're going to be in a very strange mood, you're going to feel a very unusual vibration, and that in itself, it's all about you kind of finding yourself like thinking a lot. You're going to go like so deep, but you're not going to be like in like a hermit mode or anything like that. In fact, you're gonna feel like you want to chill out. You're gonna feel like you want to relax. Perhaps you're gonna feel like you want to like meditate a little bit. But at the time when you're completely relaxed, there is some kind of realization, like very, very interesting realization that you're going to have. Like it's to do with an ongoing problem in your life, something that was like driving you absolutely crazy for such a long time. And the number when it comes to numerology is number 417. This is a very powerful number when it comes to you, my gorgeous Erini. Very, very powerful number. Number 4, it's all about getting balance back. Things are getting together for you. And number 17, it's a very powerful number which shows that you are gonna have this like a beautiful spiritual experience, especially when it comes to the 11th of April. Look what is going to happen on the 11th of April. You are going to have such an interesting, beautiful, gorgeous experience that it's going to open your eyes, and once your eyes are open, nothing is going to close them ever again. You will experience something like big time, full on, and that experience is also going to make you aware of the fact that you are about to tap into an untapped potential, and this is absolutely mind-blowing sign that you have overcome something very, very bad, or something very difficult. So now, only now, you're ready for the next stage and the next level of your spiritual journey. I mean, how amazing this is actually going to be, my gorgeous Erini. And do not forget the fact that this is your month, this is your time, your vibration in your energy is very strong. So you are going to also be noticed by someone very particular, by someone very special. Make the most of it. It doesn't matter like how this is going to happen, because it really depends on your spiritual journey, for example, and where you are in your life. But trust me, this is gonna be absolutely such an important time for you, my gorgeous Erini. And also, what else I was going to say, like when I started this reading, that you are gonna relax, you're gonna chill out, you're gonna be chilling out, and something is gonna come to you like completely out of blue. You will really surprise yourself. So remember, I started this reading that you're going to be chilling out, you're going to be relaxing within those days, and then something is just going to completely come to you out of the blue. How to deal with an ongoing problem that was irritating you for such a long time, that was making you feel so bad about yourself and about your life, and you were like kind of blocked a little bit within the last few months. It is this very, very specific problem in your life that is kind of slowing you down a little bit. So what is going to happen when you have that relaxation moment that I mentioned earlier, that I started this reading with? Well, it's important because it's not about relaxation. I'm just trying to help you to recognize like the vibration within these few days. It's gonna bring the best out of you, like almost as if this is like a hermit moment, but it is not, because you're gonna think about your spirituality a lot. Maybe you're gonna be meditating, maybe you're going to be thinking about certain crystals, maybe you're going to be playing with your tarot cards, maybe whatever you consider spiritual. Maybe you're just going to be walking next to the river, next to the sea, next to the water. Maybe you're just going to be walking through the forest. These are all kind of types of like relaxations that we can have that bring such an important and a necessary balance into our lives, because people very often do not understand what an impact on our lives this actually have in in terms of blockages. And that's the blockage that it's actually going to be removed. This was like affecting you so much, some kind of problem, my gorgeous Erini, that was a really kind of, I know it's like so easy for me to say some kind of a problem, but this is something that affected you when it comes to planning and when it comes to your life. And also on another hand, it made you feel like too restricted when you shouldn't have been restricted with your life. So now the time is right to actually attack this problem immediately. So what am I trying to say here? That at the time when you're relaxing, you are literally out of the blue, it's just going to come to you how to deal with this specific problem and what to do. And you're really going to surprise yourself. You're really going to surprise yourself. And that's something that you really need to focus on and deal with it immediately. Because only a couple of days after that moment in time, my gorgeous Erini, this is going to be mind-blowing. You will be working on something so important and your concentration levels are going to be like, ooh la la, whatever this is, you're going to be enjoying yourself and you will be realizing that you're reaching a very kind of powerful destination with what you're actually working on. So your focus is going to be like ooh la la, and you're already going to feel like a kind of very good about yourself because it's to do with some kind of achievement. You will know that this is actually going to bring a really great achievement to your life. This is very personal, but this is also really, really important to you. And you know that in itself is going to, on one hand, make some kind of wish to actually come true. So what you're going to be working on when I'm saying to you, oh my God, concentration levels are going to be so like sharpened up, you know, concentration levels are going to be like, you're going to be concentrating so much, but this is going to kind of like, you're going to enjoy this. You need to understand that it's not only about you, but through your feelings and emotions and this energy, knowing that this is something that you should do. But at the same time, really big wish, it's actually going to come true. I really hope I make sense, because this is going to be so good to you, because this is, you see this, you're going to be working on something so important. And this is going to mean to you already quite a lot, because you will know that this is going to have a huge impact on your life. But you're actually not going to understand the size of an impact this is going to have. Look at this. It's going to make some kind of a dream to actually come, some kind of wish to come true. But you need to understand that this is going to happen like a one step at a time, because it's most certainly going to lead towards this. Look at the cards. It's like, oh my God, this is like the biggest mama ever. It's like it's going to lead probably towards one of the biggest accomplishments of your life. You know, this is the month where you are going to feel so determined to kind of carry on with some kind of a plan, and that in itself is going to be absolutely evident on the 26th and the 27th of April. You're going to feel so determined to carry on with some kind of a plan, and please do so. And there is someone who is going to be around you who's going to keep on telling you, don't do this, this is not for you, this is not right. No baby, no, absolutely no baby, no. This is you, this is your life, this is your spiritual journey, and this is absolutely on you to do. Could be like one of the most important person. This could be the most important person in your life. This could be somebody gorgeous. This could be somebody amazing. This could be somebody who like think the world of you. But it doesn't really matter who this person is and what this person is like. What it matters is that this can only come from you, from anybody else. So someone is going to try to put you off from your own path, something that you should be doing. And that person clearly don't understand where you are at this stage of your life. And that person clearly doesn't understand what you understand. And this is why I'm talking about that you have to stay strong and you have to stick to your you know, you have to put your foot down. Basically you have to like kind of like put your point across. You know, you need to carry on with things that make sense to you. Do not kind of do something what somebody else wants you to do here just because they're gorgeous or just because they have such a strong energy, for example. So this is something that you need to understand, and it's to do with some kind of a plan. You carrying on with some kind of a plan. You will know exactly what I mean here. You will know what I mean, because that plan is also, it's impossible for you to be happy in this life unless you take this on, unless you work on this. So this is where the month of April is going to bring you. This is important because at the same time you're going to gain your strength and confidence and self-esteem, and that in itself is intuitively going to make you aware of the fact that you are really going to it's going to make you aware of the fact that you need to kind of be very clear and very direct, but at the same time you are really before the end of April also you're going to have such a good message, such a good news, which is going to literally give you a reason for celebration. By the end of this month, my gorgeous Aries, you're going to have such a good news which is literally going to give you a reason for celebration, like, oh my God. And when it comes to you contemplating for so long, there is something else that you've been contemplating for so long, and now the clear direction is absolutely going to be provided to you. Indeed, the very 2 last days in April are going to be absolutely everything. When it comes to things getting together for you, when it comes to you having this amazing mind-blowing news which is going to give you a huge reason to celebrate, which is at the same time going to show you the ways when it comes to this contemplation that you had for absolutely way too long. If you didn't have this amazing news by the end of April, at around the end of April, when it comes to that contemplation at the end of April, you would just carry on like, oh God, you know, but now this is gonna be brilliant, absolutely fantastic indeed. And also, my gorgeous Erini, when it comes to nutrition and health, I would like to suggest you what I always say. Please keep on taking natural vitamin D3, which is going to boost your immune system and it's going to be good for your sensitive bones. Please keep on taking natural zinc picolinate, which is a very powerful in combination with natural vitamin D3, especially when it comes to boosting your immune system and especially when it comes to your skin, hair and nails. And also organic chlorella. It's going to provide you with omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's essential. What more can I say? Because it's going to also boost your immune system, but it's going to be superb for your mind, for your brain, for your memory, for your concentrations, and on top, for your concentration levels. And on top of that, it's also going to help you to get rid of the toxins in your body indeed. And the toxins are sadly, unfortunately, nowadays absolutely everywhere. You know that I decided to have my own nutrition brand, obviously because it was very difficult to find the proper vitamins out there. It's filled with absolute rubbish, really bad low quality ingredients. My vitamins are without any rubbish, without any fillers. They're suitable for everybody, vegetarians and vegans, and also, you know, they are made with an exceptional quality ingredients, of course. So you have a zinc picolinate here, then you have a natural vitamin D3, and then you have an organic chlorella. If you would like to buy these vitamins, the link is going to be in the description below. Just click on the name and you will see it's going to expand, or you just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins and you can buy my vitamins that way as well. And then on another note, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous Erini, I'm going on the very first date in April. Now, the 2nd of April, you know, I like this. There is something very specific that you are going to learn here about yourself. There is something very specific that you are going to learn here about yourself. I like this. I like this so much because that in itself, it's also going to give you a very interesting idea almost immediately. But on top of that, it's more about clarity. You know, it's not only about learning about yourself. There is something that you're gonna hear. There is something that you're gonna become aware of. On one hand, this is to do with the specific information that's not to do with you. But on another hand, you are at the same time going to learn something very specific about yourself as well. This is what I was trying to say. Sorry, I apologize. And that in itself is going to lead towards some kind of clarity. Something is going to be exposed to you that was hidden. There is something that you're going to become fully aware here, which is going to help you so much to understand something very specific about what you want, purely because it's going to help you to fully embrace yourself, to fully embrace your emotions. And you are really kind of going to be you're going to say this to somebody, somebody very close to you. I know that you're going to be very excited. I know you will want to declare something to someone here. You're going to be very excited, trust me. And then you are going to feel very loved and supported by the people in your family. And that in itself, even by the people in your family, or like your friends and things like that, people that matters to you, you're going to feel very happy because like what you're going to say, it's going to put a big smile on their face as well, and that's going to mean a lot to you in so many different ways. But also, this is going further. This is really going to remind you of some kind of memories, some beautiful, gorgeous, amazing memories, and then you're going to find yourself thinking about how things used to be and how you want things to be how they used to be. Nothing bad about it, but then again, it's also clearly showing that you have overcome something very difficult. So now you're able to kind of tap into this dimension and go so much further. Now you're ready for something really special, and now you're prepared for something very special. And this is why there is a missing part of you that you need to kind of get back from the past. So this is why you're going to be thinking about certain memories, and there is something that you used to do that it clearly made you so happy, so much happier, so much more excited, but because there was so much going on in your life within the last few years, you left this in the past, and now it's time to kind of really bring this element into this, this stage of your life. This is important when it comes to carrying on with this specific journey and making the most of it. I like it because this is important, because at the same time this is bringing so much hope and so much optimism into your life, and spiritually and emotionally. This is going to kind of restore you, and this is going to start healing you, and then this is the moment when you're going to start becoming so excited about your future, excited about your life, optimistic. You are going to go into this mode where you will want to explore and investigate, and suddenly you're going to find yourself like wanting to reconnect with people, wanting to go out there, wanting to do things, and you're going to think about specific people in your life, how you haven't seen them in ages. And these are all good signs that you came out something very difficult that was holding you down, and it was making you restricted for a while now. Not only when it comes to like your planning, but also when it comes to like a specific people in your life. What's going to happen on the 2nd of April, by the end of this day, my gorgeous Erini, it's going to make you realize that you are very, very close to something really big. You're very close to something really special. You're very close to something really mind-blowing, my gorgeous Erinis. And it's like, I can't even explain this to you, but it's just this energy and vibration that is going to be impossible to ignore. Things are going to become more vivid for you, and that in itself is brilliant because it's going to sharpen you up, especially when it comes to your intuition and when it comes to your psychic skills as well. And what else I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Erini, I mean, look at this beauty here. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at this. Amazing, amazing. One of the most beautiful pendants, again, Botswana agate pendant. Very, very powerful. This is something I highly recommend you to wear throughout April, May and June. In particular, it's for stamina, it's for power, it's for vitality, it's for strength, it's for confidence, it's for expression, it's for talking, it's for explaining your point to people who could never understand you. It's for explaining your point to the people that are making you feel too emotional sometimes. And also, it's very helpful to bring information to the surface that's deeply rooted in our subconscious mind. I mean, come on, what an eye-opener this is. It just helps you to elevate yourself and see this life in a completely different light, from a completely different angle. Why? Because in our subconscious mind, the centuries of us are stored. There is so much information there is at the back of our subconscious mind, and this really helps you to unlock the power within, which reflects on your subconscious mind, which just kind of makes you understand this life from a completely different angle, which is absolutely everything at this stage of your life. This gorgeous Botswana agate pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. My gorgeous Erini, by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. So thank you very much for that indeed. The second important date is the 16th of April. Did you really think that I'm going to forget? I'm having a go at you, my gorgeous Erini. Did you really think that I'm going to forget? I'm not having a go at you, obviously. Did you really think that I'm going to forget? Come on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, bam 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 bam. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Did you think that I'm going to forget? Of course that I would never forget about you, my gorgeous Erini. Happy birthday. Just remember, someone very important is going to notice you this month. Just remember this. Remember that someone very important is going to notice you this month. This depends on your spiritual journey. Maybe you're looking for a job, maybe you're retired, you know, maybe at university, you know, it really depends at which stage of your spiritual journey you are. You just need to kind of understand the sacred formula. The sacred formula this month is take a part of your life that means to you so much and work on it as much as you can. It doesn't matter whether you're doing it at home, whether you're doing it in front of people. You're going to create something very magnetic, and you are going to be noticed by someone very important indeed. And this in itself could even work. It could even be connected to your emotions and love. Maybe you want some love in your life, you know. It really depends. So that means work on yourself a little bit. So this is what I want you to understand, and do not forget this. The second important date is going to be on the 16th of April. On the 16th of April, my gorgeous Erini, there is someone very down to earth. There is this specific person who is so down to earth. Somebody very clever, somebody really wise, somebody very kind of like so powerful in so many different ways, like the way they deal with life. They always kind of tend to make the right decision, but also this person kind of like never overreacts with anything. So this is somebody in your life, somebody who is very down to earth, whom you are going to have a quite interesting conversation indeed. And this conversation that you are going to have, you are going to kind of gain some kind of insight, and that insight that you're going to understand and gain is going to really help you to evaluate some kind of old beliefs, and that in itself, it's really going to point you out towards you understanding, you know, now it's time for me to find out more. I want more through it's to do with some kind of through, you know, you'll want to find out more. You will want to find out further. There is like almost like some kind of mystery that is going to be revealed to you at the same time, and you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it. So this is something that you should most certainly going to take on, because at the same time, this in itself is going to play a very important role when it comes to you being ready for something completely new, you know. And that in itself, it's really kind of going to make you aware and make you realize that it's to do with you understanding that it's time for action, but not without a strategy or a plan. Because what you're doing right now, this is really going to help you to remove yourself from a life that does not serve you anymore. The life that made you feel that you kind of felt too restricted, but you didn't even realize this. But only on the 16th of April, by the end of that day, you're going to realize how much are certain things restricting you. And that in itself, it's almost going to be the moment where, you are literally from a gorgeous, cute little caterpillar, you're about to become beautiful butterfly. Do you know what I mean? Because it is to do with your personal transition. So don't be surprised when you suddenly start feeling like really negative about yourself because you didn't kind of do certain things like earlier, or like you didn't kind of like do anything about those things in your life that have been making you feel negative, for a while. Don't blame yourself. This is natural when it comes to our transition, when we go through transition in life, when we go through changes in life and things like that. And it also normally reflects on a couple of other things. It's not the best time for financial investment, and that's something that you need to remember when it comes to April. But also at the same time, you're gonna feel like how you are kind of like really negative with a certain aspects of your life, like you will want to do something about those things that have come to an end, and the more you work on that, the more beautiful energy you kind of create, as well at the same time. And also, my gorgeous Erinis, what else I was going to say, when it comes to the actual when it comes to the 21st, 22nd and 23rd of April, when it comes to the 21st and 22nd and 23rd of April, you're really going to have such an, moment where you are actually something is going to be on your mind, something very unusual. And what is going to be on your mind, it's like kind of like, it's not unusual, but you're going to be thinking negatively about something that you should be very open-minded about. So you need to really kind of change your mind about something, because you will see that you are the only one who is preventing yourself from moving forward. You need to be strong here. You need to be very clever. You need to be very smart. You need to be very intelligent, and all those things you certainly are. But you need to understand that you are going to be thinking about doing something, but then again, you are the only one who is blocking yourself from. So you need to kind of change your mind about something. You just need to see things in a different light. And this is going way back to something really bad happened to you in your past from a long time ago. Something that you haven't forgot and you didn't forgive to someone. And I'm not saying that you need to forgive to someone, but something that happened to you in your past, like a long time ago, something negative that you didn't forget to someone. And this is why you're thinking negatively. It's connected, trust me, but it doesn't seem like it's connected, but it is. So it's about you, on one hand, being open-minded about what you're negative about, but also realizing that something in the past that happened to you really bad and negative. I'm not saying that you should forgive, but you should just kind of like start thinking about it in a different way, in a different light. And that in itself is going to kind of create a very powerful energy in itself indeed. And at around the same time, you are really kind of going to, not that long after that moment in time, there is some kind of information and message that you are going to have, and you will realize very bright prospects are coming into your life. So that already it's going to be direct result about you just changing your mind about something that you've been keep on being negative about, and that in itself was kind of holding you down. Okay. And also, what else I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Erin, it's like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. Look at that one. Look at this one, so beautiful, and I don't know if you can see its beauty. And this is solar quartz. I also highly recommend you to wear this throughout April and May, especially even June. It enhances energy, it brings emotional strength, and at the same time it will uplift with great power. And also it improves connection to spirit. I mean, this is very important when it comes to improving connection to spirit, because it helps us to be be more honest with ourselves, you know. It helps us to kind of tap into things that we would never tap by ourselves without wearing this. But those things are crucial when it comes to our unfoldment in life and us doing things at the perfect time. Please do get this for yourself because you will need it. But also at the same time, if you know somebody else who can benefit from it, just also get it for them as well. Why not? And now the next important date is going to be on the actual, on the 27th. On the 27th of April. The next important date is going to be on the 27th of April. Now the 27th of April, it's going to be the actual, there is some kind of argument that you are going to have on the 27th of April. I don't like this, but then hey, you know, there is some kind of argument that you are going to have on the 27th of April. And you know what? This argument that you are going to have on the 27th of April, it's going to be brilliant. You know why? Because this is going to be a sign that now you need to make a readjustment. That argument that you are going to have, it's your sign to make a readjustment. You will know what this is. The answer to this readjustment is your skill. It's something that you are really good at, and at the same time, if you don't make this readjustment, you're gonna carry on being unhappy. So you need to walk away from something, you need to move away from something, you need to move on from something. This is very important indeed. And another important date is also going to be on the 28th of April. On the 28th of April, you need to understand, I like this so much, it's about a victory, and victory. I like this, I like this, I like this. This is going to be such a big moment when it comes to you and when it comes to things that you have been working on. This is going to mean to you so much. It is about a victory, amazing achievement, success. This in itself is going to show you a clear progress, my gorgeous Erini, but at the same time, this is indeed a well-deserved recognition. I like this because this is going to show you the next phase of your life. It's about to begin, but this is also to do with you becoming very successful, and it's to do with some kind of materialistic gain, which at the same time are going to allow you to make some kind of a big change, like huge change, but it's connected to your living environment or your living arrangements, something to do with your home. You know, you will be able to do a really huge, massive change when it comes to your home. And also when it comes to the 28th of April, by the end of this day, you know what, you're actually going to hear a really kind of good message, a really message that something is moving on, and in your life something is moving on, something is changing. There is a progress with something that is also going to surprise you here by the end of the day. So it's nothing to do with this first one, but there is also just a little progress, something else, something very personal. This is very personal, this other progress. So there are a couple of progresses here. It's like, oh my god, one of them is going to be huge, this victory, but then the other progress, it's also going to happen by the end of that day. Okay, but it's to do with something very personal, and this in itself, it's really going to surprise you. But at the same time, you are going to have a very interesting sign, a very, very interesting and unusual sign, okay, from a completely different world, from like, oh my god, it's going to seem like it's coming from somewhere else, and this is true, from a completely different dimension. There is also going to be a very interesting sign that very, very soon, you are, this part of your life that you are having a progress, you're gonna have some kind of sign to be patient. Okay, to be patient. Why is the patience so important? And that in itself, it's also like kind of going to almost immediately, you're going to think about somebody in a similar situation, or you're going to think about somebody in your life almost immediately. This is going to remind you of somebody, and you're going to think somebody really good and somebody really successful, and you're going to think like what they should do. And by that, what they should do, you will know like where you're gonna take this and what exactly do you need to do after this moment in time, because this is a good influence from someone, okay, and that's important. So now, my gorgeous Erini, I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationships. Now, you know what? I like this quite a lot, actually. At around the 12th, 13th, and 14th of April, you are going to have such a, like, kind of, both of you couples are going to have a really mind-blowing experience, like really mind-blowing experience. And this experience, it's going to happen completely unplanned. Whether you're going to go somewhere completely unplanned, maybe you will be on your way to the shop and then you end up going to the forest, or you will be on your way to meditate somewhere and you end up going to the cinema or something like that. There is some kind of change that is actually going to happen in the meantime, and so you and your partner are going to end up somewhere completely different, and you are going to have a very, very kind of unusual experience. First, where you're going to be taken back, like, oh my god, and then again you are really going to, this beautiful experience is really going to be so meaningful to both of you, and it's going to open your eyes. You're going to find this rather adventurous, but then again it's really going to give you an idea to both of you. What do you want to do? It's really clearly going to make you feel like you both want to do something that you are going to actually come across, and this is something that on one hand it's clearly going to show you the way, but you need to understand, you are, both of you need to be patient when it comes to this. Both of you are absolutely super capable when it comes to this, and at the same time, just remember, when you take this on, you need to keep going and keep on being persistent, okay? Because it's going to get a while until you get where you both want to get, but trust me, you will get there. Not there, but your lives are actually going to go much, much, much further after this moment in time. And my gorgeous Erini, when it comes to those of you who are single and ready to, hello baby, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Do you know what I like here? It's like crazy. You've got the 7th of April, and you've got the 17th of April, and you've got the 27th of April. These 3 days, you are really going to, all these 3 days, you're going to realize that you overcame one obstacle on the 7th, you will overcome a second obstacle, terrible obstacle, on the 17th, and you're going to overcome the worst obstacle, probably one of the worst obstacles of your life, on the 27th of April. Now, this is so important for you to remember these days. Why? Because each of these days, it's like basically on the 7th, 17th and 27th, so three different obstacles you're going to realize that you overcame. This is brilliant. 3 different obstacles are going to come to an end, but also at the same time, these are 3 different obstacles, but what is going to be the same is, what are you going to be thinking on the 7th when it comes to love, when it comes to romance? What are you going to be thinking on the 17th when it comes to love and romance? What are you going to be thinking about on the 27th when it comes to love and romance? There is something is going to be on your mind. You are going to have this psychic moment, this intuitive moment. You will know exactly where do you need to go. You will know exactly what do you need to do. This psychic and intuitive moment is going to come in the form of you needing to understand that you need to go somewhere, you need to do something, and where you're gonna go, maybe the certain club, maybe the certain gym, maybe the certain swimming pool. There is someone really amazing that you're actually going to meet, and whether you follow these intuitive messages, and I'm telling you, this is gonna be on your mind on the 7th, 17th and the 27th. Whether you're following these intuitive messages or not, you're still, my gorgeous Erini, going to meet someone very, very special this month. I do see indeed some kind of romance here. Somebody very special is about to walk into your life. So whether you become aware of these intuitive messages on the 7th, 17th and 27th of April, it doesn't really matter. If you become aware of these intuitive messages, you will know something is going to be on your mind, some kind of idea. Where do you need to go? Where do you want to go? And this is to do with you meeting people. This is to do with you going out there and breaking the boundaries and coming out of yourself, coming out of your shell. So this is just another bonus for you to realize follow this intuition. But even if you don't realize this within these 3 days, by the end of this month you're still going to meet someone very, very special. And don't worry if you don't meet that person, if that person doesn't walk into your life like by the end of April. It means it's going to happen in May or June. Yes, I know it can be slowed down a little bit, and it really depends on your situation in life. Sometimes certain things, when it comes to certain people, take slightly longer. So you don't need to lose hope. Oh my God, it didn't happen in April. No, baby, no. But this is the beginning. This is the beginning of a very special stage, and I'm telling you that someone is very, very beautiful. It's about to enter your life indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Erini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.